I'm literally dying to share the exciting news. We're going back to Disneyland. I cannot hold it in any longer. I am so excited. We were going to go over spring break and now we've had to move it way up because just scheduling and work and all of the things just did not pan out. And then I rescheduled it and then I rescheduled it again. So let me start by saying we had amazing reservations. We're still going to have amazing reservations, but this has been quite a ride. I will tell you, I'm really excited to go back and I've been dying to share it with you guys. And let me just take 1 second and say hello. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jeannie. It is so nice to meet you. I love to travel. Both of my parents were in the travel industry growing up. And so that love for travel has gone to the next level. Let me say that. And I love sharing everything with you guys. If you're not following me over on Instagram, make sure you're following me over there. And it has everything between luxury bags, shopping, decorating, all things that I love to bring you guys along with. I try and share over there, and especially on Instagram. We have been talking about this for a while. I've been dying to share it with my Instagram BFFs for so long, and thank God, the word is out. I finally can go ahead and share it, and it's just been killing me because I've been wanting to talk to you guys for so long to tell you we are going back to Disneyland. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys know, and some of you that are new here don't know, I am with DVC. So we have owned DVC for less than a year now, and we have done a couple trips now with DVC, but if you know Disney Vacation Club at all, you know the crown jewel for California is the Grand Californian Hotel. You can't get in. If you're not an owner, you can't get in. I had this as a backup for months. The second my 7-month window was open for booking, I went ahead and put us on a wait list instantly for any type of room available. I mean, within my points here, I'm not going for a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom villa. I mean, girl likes to go on some other trips, but I put us on a wait list. It wasn't happening, but I thought, let's go ahead and put it on the wait list, and you never know, might happen. So I have called them several times and since to be like, has anything come up? I know, sometimes we call it just hasn't showed up online. It ain't happening. So we went this same weekend last year, and I did not have this Disney YouTube channel then, but I had my Lexan Life channel. So I was heavily involved with Instagram, and to be 100% honest, it's very hard to film content for YouTube and then also share it on Instagram. I have gotten a lot better. So you guys got to see bits and pieces, but you also saw when I came home, I was on the struggle bus. It was just not what I thought. And honestly, it was like a culture shock. And I know a lot of you guys are shocked that we're even going back. I think some of you guys knew. I did a poll on Instagram and be like, where are we going? Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise, Alani, where are we going? And the lowest on the totem pole was Disneyland because you guys saw I struggled so bad. I feel like I struggled so bad because it was such a culture shock. If you guys know too, Disney World has been our home for years. Since I was a kid, I actually got to go just about every year for my birthday. And my birthday's on the 4th of July. So add in that extra magicalness. I loved it. But at the same time, it's very, very different from Disney World. But I still appreciate it. There are still some things that I just love and I want to get back to. And I want to go for round 2. I really do. I want to try it again. I feel like I know so much more. I really learned a lot. I have a lot more to learn. But I'm like, you know what? Let's go again. Let's give it another shot. And I want to bring you guys along. So, okay, hotel details. If you have a trip coming up, we are staying at the same hotel, kind of, that we stayed last time. So last time, I believe it's called the Hilton Garden Inn. Yes, I think it's called the Hilton Garden Inn is where we stayed at. And then it's all within the same building. They also are connected they have one front desk, but they run 2 hotels in one. I don't know. It's a new thing that I think Hilton and a lot of resorts and, hotel chains are doing. But also there's the Home 2 suites. So if you know differences between the hotels, especially with Hilton, my husband's a Diamond member through Hilton. Shout out to Hilton. They're wonderful. I've called them many times and they make all my dreams come true 90% of the time because I call with some struggles. But what happens is you go to the front desk, you make your reservations and everything, and it's you go just to one, and they'll either send you to this way or to this way. They have great things in the hotel. We stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn last time, and now we're staying at the Home 2 Suites. The Home 2 Suites is what I was saying. A little sidetracked. Lay off the coffee, Jeannie. Lay off the coffee. I am excited to try Home 2 Suites because they're suites. They have, I believe, I'm going to put some pictures here on the screen so you can kind of see what I'm talking about in comparison. So let's first talk about where we're staying this time, which is Home 2 Suites. Home 2 Suites is going to be more of a suite. It's going to have a kitchen or kitchenette, a little bit more of a living space. It's going to be more comfortable. It's not going to be just like a standard hotel room with like a Keurig and maybe like a cooler. They don't really call them mini fridges anymore. They're like coolers, okay? So it's going to be a little bit more. It's going to accommodate you for a little bit more. We don't need all that, but it was the last room that was available for both hotels. No joke. The other resort that we could have stayed at was the Hilton Anaheim Resort, which I believe is connected to the convention center. That's a little farther. Literally, the weather was like sunny and chilly last time we went, so I'm predicting even maybe a little bit more cloudy and chilly, like similar, types. But I think the weather, we were lucky because it was just sunny and beautiful California weather. But we were able to walk to the resort no problem. And if you guys don't know, I know some of you guys are new here. I have, at time of filming, I have a 6-year-old daughter. Her name is Blakely, and you'll see her being a little Looney Tune here on the channel. And then my son Brody, he is 9. He's a little bit more shy, but like the sweetest heart. I literally call him Walt Disney because he has like dreams and a heart of gold and just wants so much. Like, he is my Walt. Like, he's just the sweetest kid. Like, and he loves, and both of our kids are Disney kids. So like him hearing something like that, like just instantly like brings a smile to his face. They're both such great kids. I'm very blessed. And then I, have a wonderful husband. His name is Jason. You'll see him. He's starting to come on the channel a little bit more. So with that, with our family, with our crew of 4, we were able to walk from our resort last year every day back and forth, no problem. My 6-year-old, now granted, my kids are a little bit different. My kids are used to going to Disney 3 to 4 times a year. They're walkers, so they're good. The last time we brought a stroller was, I think, 2 or 3 years. 3 years ago, I think, when the parks first reopened. Within that same year of the parks being reopening, from the lockdown and everything. But they have been able to walk, and I mean, we go on long trips, we go on short trips. They handle it pretty good. The key is comfortable shoes. We'll go into all of that. But they were able to walk no problem. They also have a restaurant inside. So with my husband being Diamond, he got credits for each of us, like I think it was like $20 or something like that per day that we could use. And it had like a little coffee shop and a little pastry items, like a Hilton Starbucks, I guess. They have Starbucks products, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe they have Starbucks coffee. They use their grounds and beans and stuff like that. I believe. Don't quote me, believe. But what you get to use it on there. And they have energy drinks, they have grab and go, and it has like really good hours. So that was a bonus. But when you're staying on the Home 2 side, there's a little restaurant and has a continental breakfast. So if you've been here a minute, which I know a lot of you guys have, and you guys watch their videos religiously, which I really appreciate, you will now get to see the difference. You guys saw the coffee shop in that just about every morning, which I will show you again in the vlogs too. I'll bring you in there, show you things, because I'm a coffee girl, as we have stated. I'm gonna need my coffee. But then over on the other side, like I said, is that restaurant, and I'll bring you guys to breakfast every day. I show you all of my foods, and I'm a snacky. I love my snacks. If I'm having to go across the park or a quarter of the way, like if we have a little bit of walk, I have to have a snack. Like we need to grab a Dole Whip. We need to grab a popcorn. We need to grab something. If you expect me to go across the park, which I'm usually the ones that I'm like, oh, lightning lane, over here. And we have to shift from here to here, that's usually me. I grab a snack along the way, and then everything is fine. So, but yeah, I'll be excited to show you all of that. We do have some reservations, which, you guys, I had good ones. I had Blue Bayou. I had Lamplight Lounge. I had, what else? I had Carnation Cafe, we have some good ones here still. So let's go ahead and talk itineraries. How are we getting from A to B? What do our days look like? Let's go over it all. Okay, so first of all, we are in the Houston area. So we are going to be flying out of Houston, and we are flying Southwest, and I have had good luck with them, and especially when we are the first flights out. So that is my little travel tip right now. If you can be the first flight out, I know it's early, but you get so much more of your day, especially in the beginning, and you tend to have less problems. I know it's just kind of a mess. We all just got to have our patient pants on, but that is my little tip for you guys. If you can try and be the first flights out, which is what we are doing, you're going to there's less damage control that has been carried from flight to flight. And that is every airline, it's not just Southwest. Southwest is wonderful. We pick them quite a bit. But we're going to be flying there, and then we're going to be flying into LAX. Now, I did want to fly into Orange County. I did want to do a different airport other than LAX. However, with his flights being expensive as they are, it just was cheaper to fly into LAX. Plus the times, the nonstop and everything, it just was no fuss. We do have a driver that we used last time because we went shortly after the Super Bowl, and the wrapping up of the Super Bowl parades and that, we're finishing up, and like the last of the parties are finishing up when we were getting there last year, which this year it doesn't line up around the Super Bowl and that, so that's wonderful. However, it was cheaper for me to have a private car service and someone come privately pick us up in the big fancy sedan than it was for us to take an Uber. No joke. No joke. So I have a private car service that I used. I now know him personally, and he is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and put his business card here on the screen. If you are in the LAX area, in the Los Angeles area at all, he is a gem. He is so respectful. He is so nice, but it's not stuffy either. Like, he's not in a tie, in a suit and all of that. Like, he's just like a family guy. I don't know. He was great to my kids. He learned what we like. I wish I would have had more time. I got to know him. I got to hear about his family. He got to hear about us. It was wonderful. Like, it was just a magical moment outside of Disney, which is rare these days. So I'm excited I still need to book it. I'm going to be booking with him soon. Oh my God, I really need to book that. I need to get with him. I just realized that I have not booked it. So he will be hopefully picking us up from the airport and then taking us to a resort. Our resort, we will not be able to check in yet because we will be landing at like 7:30 in the morning with the time change. So that's kind of the benefit. So we'll be dropping all of our luggage, and this is what we did last time. We dropped off all of our luggage, and last time we went straight to the parks. We're not doing that this time. We're gonna adjust from the time zone and going back and traveling and everything else. So we're going to take a chill because we're also going almost twice as long this time. And we're going to drop off our luggage and we're going to head over to Downtown Disney. So I'm really excited about that. Downtown Disney, we have lunch reservations at Naples, which I'm really excited about. A lot of people said that it is very similar to Via Napoli. I know it's not going to be as good as Via Napoli. And if you guys know and have been here for a little bit, or at least watched any of my Epcot vlogs, I love Via Napoli. It's like my happy place. I just love it so much. So that is where we're going to go for lunch. And then I also picked up a reservation, and now I'm having a brain fart. This is why I should take notes, you guys. I'm going to pop it here on the screen. It's something Joe's. It's a Mexican restaurant. I booked that for dinner. That's going to be a take it or leave it for us. We're just going to shop around. We're probably going to go and take a siesta back at the parks, which we typically like to do midday. So after our shopping and after Naples, we'll go back to the resort, take a little break, head back for dinner. It's all walking distance, which is great. And we'll go have dinner, walk a little bit, probably grab a dessert, and head back at a decent hour and just kind of try and get on the time zone. I'm an early riser. I wake up at 4:25 and work out in that on a daily, on like Monday through Friday at home. So I think it's going to be really hard because I'm worried I'm going to wake up at like 4 a.m. our time, which is like, what is it, 2 a.m. their time? No. See, don't ever trust me for math. I don't know, it's something. I wake up at 4:25 in Texas, but yeah, it would be like 2:25 there, right? I don't know. So we're going to head back, like I said, take a little nap, recover, and then head back out for dinner. And then the next day, we're going bright and early, and we are going to Disneyland. So with it being such a culture shock last time we were there, we started in California Adventure, and the first half of the park that we were in was let's just say didn't have the Disney touches, we'll say, on that area of the park. So, and then we moved into Pixar Pier a little bit more, which I felt a little bit more, and then Avengers Campus, and that was a little bit better, but it was all really hard. I was really having a hard time like feeling that Disney magic, feeling that Disney love. So, and soon as we went over to the next day to Disneyland's Magic Kingdom there, I felt better. I'm like, okay, I'm here. My things are here. I got my Disney feels. I'm at home. So I think to help transition from being a Disney World person going into Disneyland, and things are so different, I think it's going to be great for me and our family to start off in Disneyland. And then the next day we're going to California Adventure. And then the following day we're going to go back to Disneyland and then back to California Adventure. And then we are going to be flying out. And again, we are having an early flight out. So because, like I said, I recommend having first flight out of the day. That seems to work out really well for us. We've been doing that for years, way before travel times were struggles. So that's going to be really great. I did get us a couple reservations. So we got the Naples, we got the Something Joe's. It's the Mexican restaurant in downtown Disney. And you're going to hear me say Disney Springs a lot because, again, I'm a Disney World person. So my lingo is going to be off. So don't really feel me too much for that. And then I also got us Carnation Cafes. I also got us, what else? I got us Carnation Cafes, and I think that's it. Our plan is to join the walk-up wait list for Blue Bayou immediately when it opens because we're coming from 2 hours ahead and we're not big breakfast people. So we're going to be hungry by, I think when a lot of them open at like 11 o'clock, we're going to be ready. Or when the menus switch over from breakfast, brunch to lunch, we're lunch dinner people. So we're going to be joining that walk-up wait list. And then we also are very good about snacking. And I feel like I know good places of where to grab snacks now and good things to eat. I do have a whole spreadsheet. If you want to see the spreadsheet, let me know and I can get with you. Drop it in the comments down below. But yes, and we're going to be doing the same thing then at Lamplight Lounge. I am almost thinking we're going to go to Lamplight Lounge twice because it looks so good. And I was so bummed we didn't make it more of a priority, but we literally went 24 hours. Like from the second we got off the plane, which we woke up at like, oh man, like 2 in the morning. And then we went 2 hours back. And then we went to a full day at the parks. And then we left at park close, which was at 11. No, it was close at midnight. So by the time and everything, it was a lot. It was well over 24 hours that we were up. By the time we got in the room and everything, it was exhausting. My daughter was literally a zombie, but they refuse to leave the parks. That's our kids. Like they never want to leave unless there's something like a good fun resort at them, you know, that they can go have fun. Then it's a little bit easier to get them to leave, but typically they're like, no, we're here at our home. Leave us alone. We got this. So I'm excited for that. So that is going to be the game plan. We're getting on the walk-up wait list each day. And if we have 2 dining reservations in a day, if we do Carnation Cafe, and then if the walk-up wait list is open and it's in reasonable within an hour or so, and then that's going to work out with our schedule, we'll do it again. But otherwise, I'm going to probably prioritize it to our second day at that park. Another thing is I got Carthay Circle, and I got it for inside the restaurant. I lost it because that was over spring break. My biggest key, and that's the thing, it's like I will say we're staying off property, so we don't have that window, that earlier booking window. And so you have to do it on 60 days of every day. So on day 1, we're at the park, then you have to book, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and then the next day. So at least for me, I wake up early, so I was able to, but I'm telling you right now, I think our booking window opens at 5 a.m. our time. Don't quote me. You're going to have to do your own research because with the time zones, and it's been like a long time now, it's a different ball game, right? And so the app wasn't working. I went on my computer every day, and it wasn't until about 7 a.m. our time that it actually started working because the app kept having glitches. So I will say that, but at the same time, I was able to get if we wouldn't have rescheduled ever, and we would have kept our original dates over spring break, I got every dining reservation that I wanted, including the Carthay Circle, the restaurant experience inside, not the lounge, the actual inside. I could have booked Blue Bayou every day that we were at Disneyland. I could have booked Land Point Lounge multiple times when we were in Disneyland or California Adventure. There's a lot. There's a lot. So it's able to do it. You just got to make it a priority. And I always get the reservations I want. Even when I go to Disney World and stuff like that, I never really have a hard time unless I'm not doing it on the day of my 60 days. If I'm doing it after that, it ain't happening. But if you wake up early, you set the timers and you're ready to go, not distracted, and make sure like you're out of the home and good internet, you're gonna be fine. Okay, so with that being said, I think we're gonna wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I left things out. So follow me on Instagram because I will be filling you in on all of the things that I miss and forget to tell you guys in the videos, because again, I don't script this at all. I just like to be 100% authentic, and I like to hang out with you guys and just talk with a friend, and that's what I feel that we do here. So if you enjoyed this video, do me a big favor and give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and I will see you guys in Disneyland. Bye.